still was a grind, and it was still was kind of a possession game there down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, our guys will be able to take that quality of the rest of their careers, that grit, the perseverance, the toughness, the ability to compete and put yourself out there for everybody to judge, and to be able to handle, different things, adversity, all that. But I'll speak for everybody in our locker room and the organization. Congratulations to the Denver Nuggets organization. They're a class act, and they're one hell of a basketball team. One hell of a basketball team. And we couldn't really find, obviously, enough solutions to be able to get us over the top.
Left side, first row.
So Wes Lammy, WorldWideWest.com. Spo, just that final 2 minutes, like you were mentioning just there, what stood out to you in terms of you guys kind of holding them, but just the shots weren't falling in any way?
I don't know. Those last 3 or 4 minutes felt like a scene out of a movie. Two teams in the center of the ring, throwing haymaker after haymaker, and it's not necessarily shot making. It was the efforts. Guys were staggering around because both teams were playing and competing so hard. That's what this league should be about. There's no regrets on our end. There's just some times where you get beat, and Denver was the better basketball team in this series. That's about as hard. I don't know how long it'll take me to go through, the autopsy of this final game, but I would say that will probably rank as our hardest, competitive, most active defensive game of the season, and it still fell short. And then probably our second highest rated game would have been Game 4, and we fell short by double digits. So that just gives you an indication of how good this Denver Nuggets team was in this series, but also throughout the course of the season and all of the playoffs. They were the superior team in every series, and they deserve this championship.
Back row in the middle.
Robert Littau, BSO. Could you just speak about the entire journey of this playoffs from, almost not making it in through the play-in game, being an 8th seed, going all the way through the finals? What does that say about your team, you as a coach, and what lessons do you think just regular people can take from you guys' journey from where you started to where you're at right now?
Yeah, we would have liked to have been able to climb the mountaintop to be able to get that final win. But I think this is a team that a lot of people can relate to. If you've ever felt that you were dismissed or felt that you were made to feel less than. We had a lot of people in our locker room that probably have had that, and there's probably a lot of people out there, that have felt that at some time or another. But also the way this team handled setbacks and adversity, to develop a collective grit and perseverance. I mentioned this before, that hopefully these are lessons that'll transcend this beautiful game, that hopefully these are lessons that we can pass along to our children, that even though it is sport, that you can learn, lessons of life from this game, and that you can persevere, you can handle what people may view as many failures along the way, and become stronger from it, and to be able to overcome things and find beautiful things on the other side of that. Now, obviously, we didn't get the final win, but sometimes, that's true in sport and also in life, that you don't always get what you want. But there's no regrets from our side. Everybody, staff, player alike in the locker room, put themselves out there and put themselves into the team, whatever was best for the team. And the tough pill to swallow is it just wasn't good enough. We ran it up against a team that was just better than us in this series. And you have to tip your hat to them. That I said it, but they're one hell of a basketball team. They play the right way. They compete. They're well coached, and they have a strong culture. So for this season, they deserve this.
We'll take 2 more questions. Left side.
Thank you.
5th row.
Spo, Nick Friedel, ESPN. To follow up on what you touched on, what was the message that you just imparted to the group?
A little bit of that. Sometimes it's just not your time. Some of the message that I gave the team is an intimate message just for the group. But what I can tell you, we're all hardwired to compete for the ultimate prize. But you also want to develop lifelong memories and a brotherhood and a bond that you'll be able to carry on from years from now, that we've been able to go through something that's memorable. I told each one of the guys I love them. I love this team. And I'm just super grateful that we're able to go through all of the experiences, even the tough times during the year, to be able to have a season like this. This is one for the journal books, right? That we're, I don't know about all the guys, journaling, but this is certainly, one that I'll journal and remember this team, forever. And years from now, I'll bump into some of these guys, and we'll have this bond, even though we didn't get that final prize.
Last question, 2nd row, left side.
Were you close to playing Tyler today, or was it a matter of just him being available kind of in this moment?
It's just a really tough call, and I'll probably have to wrestle with that all summer. I've never been in an experience like this. I just know that the way this game was played is totally different than, you can't even compare it. It's another sport in the regular season. But first round, this is totally different, the way this game was played. Second round, totally different. Yeah, even the conference finals, the physicality and what they let play, and I think they should have. This is what it should be about, is let the players decide. But that's the hardest played, most physical competition you can have, and that would be a tough thing, for a guy that's been out for 2 months that hasn't had any kind of ramp up. But that won't save me from, thinking about that for the next few weeks. All right.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate all of you sticking around. All right, and we'll see you down the road.